Hello, my name is Daniel and I was born in Hastings in 1974. I live with Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy, a progressive condition that affects every part of my mobility and daily life. Despite this, I've always pushed myself to stay active, involved and connected to the world. I went to school in Hastings and Cheltenham before studying applied physics at Oxford Brookes University, where I completed a project with the Rutherford Appleton Laboratory on the Northern Lights. After university, while managing increasing health challenges, I discovered NASA World Wind, an open source virtual globe. I became deeply involved, moderating the forums, contributing to the code, creating add-ons, testing new builds, and eventually becoming the open source project manager, liaising with NASA, developers, and companies like Microsoft. I also became a director of the Free Earth Foundation, which hosted the World Wind Forum on NASA's behalf. Over the years, I've created computer-generated clips for documentaries, including for the History Channel, and even appeared in the BBC One/Netflix drama Requiem. I've served as a trustee for multiple charities, including DROP, Disabled Responsible Organised People, and Pathfinder's Neuromuscular Alliance. I continue to support several charities today in voluntary roles, and I advise companies on disability-related issues. In my spare time, I'm a keen amateur photographer, and I love exploring nature, attending Comic-Con, and discovering new places whenever I can. One of my favourite simple joys is walking my dogs from my wheelchair, giving them the freedom to explore while I enjoy being outdoors with them. But right now, my independence is under threat. My current wheelchair is over 13 years old, and replacement parts are now extremely difficult, sometimes impossible to source. Every breakdown brings the fear that this time it won't be repairable. If that happens, I could end up confined to bed, unable to leave the house, unable to continue my charity work, and unable to stay connected to the world I've worked so hard to remain part of. Because of my medical needs, I require a wheelchair that can tilt and recline, as I cannot reposition myself. I have very limited strength, so I also need a specialized joystick to drive safely. I rely on NIV, non-invasive ventilation 24/7, which means I must carry 2 ventilators with me at all times, one to breathe and one as a backup. Bumps and uneven ground cause me significant pain, so proper suspension is essential. And because I love exploring and taking photographs, being able to go off pavement is a huge part of my quality of life. The wheelchair that meets all of these needs is the Magic 360. The total cost is approximately £23,929. I will be putting in personal funds from my family, and I will receive an NHS wheelchair budget too, but together these still fall far short of the total. Because I am physically unable to work and rely on benefits, finding the remaining amount is going to be extremely difficult. This wheelchair isn't just equipment, it's my independence, my mobility, my ability to contribute to my community, and my connection to the world outside my bedroom. It's the difference between being able to walk my dogs, explore nature with my camera, attend charity meetings, and live my life, or being stuck in bed. If you're able to help, whether through a donation or by sharing my story, it would mean more than I can express. Your support will help me stay active, involved, and able to keep living the life I've fought so hard to maintain. The funds will help pay for the base Magic 360 wheelchair, a special headrest, an Omni control so I can control all the wheelchair functions myself, an attendant joystick in case of emergency, a special light touch joystick so I can drive the wheelchair myself, along with a special tray to mount the joystick, mounting to hold my ventilators securely, and other adaptations to help with comfort and positioning. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my story.